Islam Makhachev is now sitting on the brink of the greatest legacy run in UFC history, and his latest victory just made the entire fight world panic about what comes next.
I think when we think about the White House, it's almost like, oh, does it have to be America versus the world themed and stuff like that? For you, would you be happy putting a non-American main event on that card?
Yeah, it's not America versus the world. It's what's the best card we can build.
So could Islam end up on the White House?
We're talking about him possibly, GOAT talk here, depending on what he does in his next couple of fights. So it's a possibility.
Dana White has officially cracked open the door to a super fight that could shatter the sport, hinting that Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev might actually happen, and fans haven't stopped screaming since.
Right, and that's the thing, right? What exactly do you do next to him? It's no surprise there's a lot of guys who want to fight him. Kamaru Usman, Shavkat, Ilia Topuria is calling him out. Is the Ilia fight, that's obviously the biggest fight, right? But is that one you would like to look at, or would you rather keep Ilia at 55 and make him defend that championship at least?
I don't know yet. Obviously, the great thing that you just laid out is we have a lot of options.
Yeah.
And it depends on what he wants to do. Has he been through here yet?
Islam, no.
No. So does he want to stay at 170? Is he interested in 155? Is he, I don't know. I don't know any of those questions. Answers.
Makhachev is coming off a ruthless, dominant win over Jack Della Maddalena, proving once again that when he moves up, he doesn't just win fights, he steals the soul of entire divisions and walks out without a scratch.
And I was saying to Habib, I've been in the fight business since I was 20 years old, and all I ever hear is, this guy's going to be a world champion, this guy's going to do this guy's going to do that. Everybody says the same thing, and almost nobody ever does or makes it. His father said, Habib will go in and dominate, and he'll have a run, and when he's done, and then Islam will come in behind him and do the same. And, holy shit, it played out exactly the way his father said, which is pretty amazing. I don't know what you asked me, but I hope I answered your question.
No, it's just...
But here's where it gets insane. Topuria wants the same path, claiming lightweight is torture and saying he's already conquered it. And if Islam wants to shine at 155, he'll need to get in line. Topuria isn't running asterisk from asterisk Islam. He wants to run asterisk through asterisk him.
Now what about Topuria and Islam? Could that fight happen?
Yep. That can happen too.
I'd like to see that fight.
I think everybody wants to see that fight, including Topuria and Islam. So.
Yeah.
And keep watching, because later in this video, I'll reveal the one behind-the-scenes UFC blockage that could instantly kill this super fight, even though Dana White wants it more than any fight on the schedule.
Fuck, what?
Another massive fight would be Ilia versus Islam, too. Well, the other thing is, too, is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia, so...
Dana White smells history in the air. Topuria versus Makhachev is the kind of international collision that breaks every pay-per-view record ever created. Champion versus champion, Spain versus Dagestan, explosion versus control, destiny versus dominance.
And last one from me. Earlier today, Islam Makhachev did an interview and said he's not ruling out coming back down to 155. But if it was up to you, would you rather fight him at 170 to get that third title, or would you be willing to fight him at 55 because that's the division that people say he might be the best at?
It would be much better for me to fight him in 170. And I will beat him and get the third title. That will be the best scenario for me.
Khabib Nurmagomedov then drops a bomb saying Topuria has the kind of explosive danger Islam hasn't faced yet, but makes it clear if Islam prepares correctly, his ground mastery, discipline, and suffocating pressure will expose levels Topuria has never even trained for.
And just kind of piggybacking off that, obviously with Ilia's win, everyone's really excited to potentially see a future fight with him and Islam. I know that's the fight that people wanted. Ilia said earlier this week that if Islam loses that fight, he wouldn't give the opportunity for Islam to fight for his belt again. Is that something you'd bypass? Because that seems like such a big fight to make.
I mean, this is all talk.
Speculative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine that's a fight you guys would want to make at some point. I mean, just the magnitude of it.
I mean, I'd make that fight tomorrow.
Topuria, meanwhile, is sharpening knives in the gym, sparring with giants, pushing through hellish pad sessions, drowning in wrestling rounds, and grinding until his lungs beg for mercy, all because he's not chasing another belt. He's chasing legacy.
Yeah, Ilia is a champion now, lightweight, but we'll see. He keep talking about the fight against me, and after that fight, let's see, we will do some things. because everybody wants this fight. We'll speak about this after.
Islam, now fully adapted to 170, is testing his frame, feeling stronger, looser, and more violent than ever, deciding whether the Topuria Superfight happens at welterweight, or whether he goes back down to reclaim lightweight status and become the most undeniable two-division king in modern UFC history.
You know, there's the John Jones and the Alex Bahia fight. Everyone keeps talking about that being the biggest fight. I heard Joe Rogan talking about it's the biggest fight you could possibly make. But then there's also people that say the Ilia Topuria and the Islam fight is the biggest fight you can make.
I think right now, I think Topuria Islam can be biggest fight, not John Jones and Pereira.
Still a big fight, but not at the level.
It's still big fight, but not on that level.
No, not on that level.
I don't think it's same level.
And here's your next reason to keep watching. In less than a minute, I'm going to reveal the historic milestone Islam could become the first Dagestani fighter to ever achieve if he secures one more world title. After UFC 322, Makhachev already began scouting his next big-name rivals. At the top of the list, Kamaru Usman, the former pound-for-pound #1 who publicly demanded the winner of UFC 322 and called a clash with Islam, a historic event the UFC has never seen.
Yeah, honestly, this is what I want to feel, how I'm gonna be in the cage, you know, because like all my life it's a hard cut weight, and I feel I'm not recovery like 100%, but now I'm like a lot of things is different, and I really want to step inside the cage and like feel what is gonna be changed, you know.
Usman says 2 former P4P hash, 1 fighters colliding is unheard of in this sport, and he wants that moment written with his name on the poster.
This is, I told you, this is biggest fight in my life, biggest test, you know. And like here in New York, in Madison Square Garden, it's gonna be hardest test, but I'm ready, you know.
Makhachev respects the challenge, but reminds everyone he just dismantled Jack Della Maddalena, a man many believed was the next welterweight monster. Islam outclassed him, outmaneuvered him, and choked the life out of the hype.
Who is close? Shavkat is injured, I heard. Sean Bradley, no, other guy, like today, yeah. But today, Saturday, I think we will know one of the contender. And why I say Usman, because he's the biggest name in the welterweight, like who most defend the belt, you know. He's a big name, and he's in good position right now. He beat Barkley, who is one of the contender also.
Punahele Soriano said weeks before the fight that Jack wouldn't survive Islam's pressure, and Islam proved him right in brutal, suffocating detail.
No, not because of he bigger guy, because he's good, you know. He's good. I saw his fight with Bilal, with many guys. He's good everywhere, but I believe, you know, he's good in, yes, he's striking like pretty good, but I saw his wrestling. He can defend, his grappling, he like feel. If somebody take him down, it's not like something's he's surprised, you know. He feel good also there, but I know my skill is better.
Training footage before and after the fight shows why Islam is built different. He demolishes sparring partners, rips through conditioning sessions, and turns every round into a personal war zone. This isn't training. This is weapon manufacturing.
Oh, I think so. I think he's got a huge frame. He'll fill in just great. I think like him and Jack, I think kind of have like similar builds. I don't know. I think it's going to be a great fight. I enjoy watching both fight. I like the both of them. But I guess my loyalty would have to be with Islam just because I know him and we're friends. So.
Then comes the twist. Topuria isn't trash-talking, isn't emotional, and isn't pretending this is personal. He respects Islam. He just believes he can beat him, and that's what terrifies people the most. Topuria wants to shut up critics, punish loud mouths like Paddy Pimblett, and prove that he is the slickest, toughest, most cold-blooded striker in the UFC right now. What? Islam's battle isn't just inside the cage, it's convincing Dana White to approve the weight-jumping chaos that a double champion Superfight would cause. Dana only does these fights when history is on the line, and this one absolutely is.
The only thing that I can see and I can feel that he's a good person, he has a good sportsman also, he represents a good values. So I don't have anything against him personally. You know, the only thing is that we're gonna fight. So I'm not gonna be kind to him before the fight. After the fight, I'm gonna wish him all the best and fast recovery.
Ilia Makhachev is already doubling down publicly, saying he'd even fight Topuria at the White House if that's what it took. He wants the spectacle, the spotlight, the legacy.
When could we see you again? I mean, this fight is now...
By the end of the year, if Paddy's ready, I will be ready for him.
Now, and keep watching, because in the final minute of this video, I'm revealing the real political reason why a White House fight is not only possible, but something the UFC has quietly explored behind closed doors.
You have still some doubters, you say these things and people don't believe you. You think people will start believing you?
Realistically, from all the conversations I had with the UFC and how the situation has been involved during the whole process, I don't think that fight's gonna happen. I will be surprised if I get a call and they're gonna tell me like, I wanna fight against Islam, which I would love to do it, no problem. Like, this is competition, you know. I'm not gonna lose my life inside that octagon, so I'm ready for whoever. I know that I'm very, very dangerous. And whoever is ready for me, I will be here as always.
Topuria. Now, the man who knocked out Charles Oliveira has been firing shots at Islam for months. And now that Islam beat Jack, the tension is no longer hypothetical. The fight world is locked in. Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria isn't just a matchup, it's a generational collision waiting to detonate. One man is the embodiment of discipline, control, and dominance. The other is chaos, precision, and violence wrapped in a champion's smile. And when that cage finally closes, it won't be a fight, it'll be a war for the future of the UFC. Drop your predictions below and buckle up, because the next announcement Dana White makes could change everything.